Good morning, you guys. How are you? It's more focused. Hope you had a good evening. I got a good one today, huh? This one is about the future. Nope, guess not. This one is about the 8 coolest things ever said during wartime, which I guess I think in war, there's always going to be war, right? I don't think that there should be any reason why war should stop and we all find peace, because the peace is found within you. So, and some people are always going to need soldiers. We're always going to need protection. There's always going to be bad people out there. So it's one of those things we're always going to have to be kind of reliant on. But some of the coolest, this article was written on July 9th, 2020. And I'm just going to read some of them ones, because there's 8 ones. And it says, there's nothing more satisfying than watching in a movie where a good guy says some really dope stuff right before he takes out the bad guy. Does that stuff really happen in real life? Yes, it does. Throughout history of warfare, there have been chosen warfighting as profession, have been cool under to fire reply, report, and rebuff the enemies with a weapon or a lethal firearms, blades, and even a silver tongue is probably the most deadly. So this guy, I don't know what war it is because it doesn't even give me a date. I would be able to hone it down if I had a date, but it says Inouye, Inouye. It just pulled off some epic Medal of Honor fighting, in which included being shot, taking a frag grenade blast, being shot in the leg and the arm. He told his men to hold back while he went off and cleared the area. He was successful in breaking the confidence of the enemy. He said this as he was moving to get back to an aid station for reinforcements to arrive in order to keep the men on target. He went on to lose that arm, so he never even got his arm back. And here's another one from Arthur Weasley. He was the first Duke of Wellington, and he said, this incredibly awesome line was technically made in wartime. It was made by wartime Field Marshal, however, by the name Arthur Weasley, first Duke of Wellington. When at the event in Vienna, he was asked about how he felt about the French generals turning their backs on him at the conference of Vienna, and this was his reply. He said, I have seen their backsides before, implying that they're cowards. All right, this one is Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Men, I am not ordering you to attack. I am ordering you to die. that one is the one. It's rang in my bones because that would be terrifying. The founding father of the modern day Turkey, was actually a wordsmith in the highest caliber. He rose to power and reformed the Ottoman Empire, and at the end of the World War I, he rose to the prominence defending the Turkish lands in the Battle of my computer just moved. The Battle of Gallipoli. G-A apostrophe L-L-I-P-O-L-I. I think that's a typo. This was his order to his 57th Infantry. General Nathan Bedford Forrest. He's a very bad guy in history, but no damn man kills me and lives to tell about it. What this quote is so epically cool is that Forrest was shot and wounded by a fellow officer, a subordinate of his, and even though Forrest would survive the wound, he said this before taking his turn to shoot back at Forrest survived. The officer did not. Todd Beamer, let's roll. United Flight 93 passenger probably never predicted such an offhand remark might one day become a sentiment for that day in American resolve to defeat terrorism. This is why he told his fellow passengers right before they all fought to recapture their airplane and try to avoid crashing into something important. Instead, they opted it to down in a rural field. So I'm under. Oh, so this was submitted for 9/11 then, huh? Because wasn't United Flight Passenger 93 the one that went down in the woods in Pennsylvania? I don't have to look into that. That's why I hate some of these articles. They don't give me anything. But I mean, they're good reads. They're great reads. But I really like data. I feel my data is corrupted or convoluted if I don't have dates. This one was General George S. Patton, and he says, "As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no one, because I am the most evil man in the valley." Yeah, Patton had a lot of cool things to say in combat, but nothing tops this one-liner. Patton was a religious man growing up in California and was a regular at his church where he helped the streets cried. When he helped the street cred for his sentence, which helps his street cred for the sentence, which also helps that Patton didn't care if the enemy thought he was evil or not. He was coming, and he knew the enemy was afraid. Genghis Khan said, "If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." The great Khan was ruthless in his efficiency, brave in his execution, and fearsome until the very end. Khan accumulated an empire that would be the largest on earth until the British Empire reached its apogee. I suppose I should be wearing glasses, not sunglasses. Until then, Genghis Khan controlled 17% of the Earth's surface, so killing many people that it was led to global cooling. I don't know how they could actually test that, but I know he slept around a lot. I know, isn't it like 1 in 3 people that has some sort of bloodline tied to him? Sergeant Mage Daniel Day, says, "Come on, you sons of bitches. Do you want to live forever?" That one is, that one rings with me. I think, oh yeah, that was in Starship Troopers. When they're talking and they're fighting in the battlefield, and he kills his main what's his face, the main guy. He looks like James Caan, but he's not James Caan, but he's just as brutal. I can't remember the guy's name because I didn't even think to bring up that movie. But yeah, he smokes him, and he's like, "Rico, you're my next best until you're dead, or I find somebody better." But it wasn't that. But it was that guy that was talking to him. Of course, it led to a United States Marine to the top of his dope shit that has ever been said on facing certain death. There are few Marines that stories as Sergeant Major Daniel Day goes is one very short list. But when I earned the Medal of Honor twice, Daly said this during World War I, Battle of Bellewood, and the Marines earned their nickname Devil Dogs. So that one's stuck. And I think there's like 3 more. But I don't feel like reading them. I want to jump online. I was actually just killing time because Blaze is finishing Mandalorian. So since he's finishing Mandalorian, I figured I'd make a video. And I was going to do something I had to do in the future, science future, the last thing that I was looking up. I don't know why this one came up. Sometimes I just got to do with what's in front of me. So we could do the future one later. I don't know, in the future. So it's 6:26 in the morning. I hope you guys have a happy, what day is it now? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? I didn't flip my calendar. And that one's not good until 2021. What friggin' day is it? It is Tuesday. Trippin' Tuesday, you guys. You guys have a good one. Be nice to each other. If you guys want something, ask me, and I will give it to you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy St. Nicholas Day. Happy Hanukkah. And all that other good stuff. Be good to each other. I'll be on later. I'm actually gonna do a top 10 today. I just don't know when. I'm probably gonna game until about 2 p.m. So maybe after 2. But you guys, if you want something, Facebook me, Snapchat me, Instagram me, text me, call me, email me. If you don't have those contacts and you would like those contacts, just ask. I will give it to you. With that said, you guys have a good one.